Hey, it's Nathan from Team Gun here. We got Jacob. He got first at LLDS, and he played a interesting deck. He played BA Infernoid. Why did you choose this deck over like BAPK variants?
So basically the reason to play this deck is that the Infernoids grant you relative power over the rest of the format. The decks I expected to play at the LLDS were Pendulum, Blue Eyes, and BAPK. And the Infernoid monsters, specifically Sidesmiths, grant you a good matchup against all of those. So while they don't like increase the number of plays you can make in a turn, so they don't grant you like absolute power, they make all of your matchups better, granting you relative power. And the problem with the Infernoid monsters, obviously, is that they're inherently inconsistent. The more Infernoid monsters you play, the more you're going to draw, but the more Infernoid, but you want to play more because you want to mill them. What's needed for the deck is a milling engine which is consistent and powerful enough to make the Infernoids good, and me and several other people have found that in Bending Abyss.
Yep. Okay, let's get into it.
Yep. So 3 Decatron.
Pretty fucking obvious.
Pretty obvious. It's the Infernoid you want to draw. It contributes to making Dante's, so it's both like part of both engines effectively. And it outs problem cards, and 1-for-1, which is just the 4th Decatron. 1-for-1's particularly good in this deck because you can discard a BA monster like Farfa, and you can go Chainlink 2, Chainlink 1, and have Chainlink 1 as the Bending Abyss monster, and then, so if it's Farfa, you can get rid of your problem card without them being able to spirit it or strike it or something like that. So that comes up a lot. And then 3 Harmatic. It's the next best Inferno because it contributes to making Dante's. Like, the best part of playing these monsters with Bending Abyss is that this monster is no longer bad to draw before you've milled. Like, because it contributes to making your milling engine. Your milling engine is no longer in like spell cards you have to draw, like Reasoning and Monster Gate. It's built into your deck.
Yep.
So yeah, and also pop monsters like
all these cards are like inherently good going second usually.
They all just outfields. And then the reason to play the deck, 3 Sidesmiths.
This card's stupid.
Versus every matchup, this card has applications. Like versus Blue Eyes, you can attack into their spirit and banish their Azure Eyes when they tag out. Versus Pendulum, you attack their monsters and banish their scales. And against PKBA, you attack into their Beatrice and banish their Dante or their Beatrice. Like, this card is amazing, and it plays around traps by attributing itself off and stuff like that. Like, it's the reason to play the deck.
Yeah. People who don't know, just when it battles a monster, it just banishes at the end of the battle phase.
Banishes a card at the end of the battle phase without targeting.
Yeah.
And it also attributes itself off on your own turn to dodge things.
Yeah.
So that's all the Infernoids you want to draw, and then you play 4 that you don't particularly want to draw. So firstly, Armstrong. You need to play this card to make your Decatron level 3 in order to make a Dante. It also bounces a face-up card, and it's pretty relevant against PKBA and Blue Eyes. So you can go like Dante, send Armstrong bounce, synchro with a Harmatic, make Virgil, and shuffle another card. So there's a lot of non-destructive removal with this card, and that's really good. Petrilia is awful to draw in this deck because it's level 4. But it's very important to give your Decatron the option of popping a spell trap in order to play 3 traps.
Yeah, of course.
And it also helps you make a Mika. These two, I think Abe Thalos considered them bombs, but I don't agree with them. I don't agree with the idea of the conceptualization of them as bombs. They contribute to summoning Sidesmiths, which means they're engine cards, because that's what you want to do with your engine. And like if you mill one of these, it's the same as milling another Infernoid. You just banish it because you don't like particularly care. They're not your win condition like they are in pure Infernoid. You're happy to banish them. But if you get to the point in the late game where these 2 cards are good, they just win your game. They just win your games. Especially this one against Pendulum.
Yeah.
Like you bait out their back row and then summon this, blow up their scales and their Skyharris, and
they also
generally can't come back.
The negating effects don't destroy; they just banish.
Yeah. So both of them banish the thing they negate. Also relevant is sending this one with Decatron and setting an anti-spell behind it. You therefore protect yourself from Twin Twisters. They can't twin your anti-spell, and if they have another twin to chain, you don't really care because they've just discarded 4 cards.
Yeah.
So that's all the Infernoids. And then we get into the cards that help you summon the Infernoids. So 3 Terra Top and 1 Takotombo to make Dante's, that's obvious. And for the BAs, Tour Guide and Foolish. They're the best cards to go with the BA engine. Most of the time you send Graph with this. You can also send Infernoid monsters if you like really need it, but it's pretty much just like it is in the other BA decks where it's Graph.
Yeah.
And this is very important as your second push. Yeah, everyone knows what Tour Guide does. It's really good. For the BAs, 3 Scarm, obvious. 3 Farfa.
Yep.
I had played 2 for a long time, and then cut the second Rhino Warrior for the third Farfa because you basically want to draw the third Farfa. You want to draw the Farfa a lot of the time to make your Beatrice under it, or to like discard it with something and banish something or something like that.
And it's not a normal summon.
Yeah, it's not a normal summon. It's like having it in deck or in your hand most of the time comes up, so you want to play through the card.
And like you're thinking about playing 2 because you can play less BAs in this due to them not being as important after turn 1.
Yeah, the BAs only really matter on turn 1. You add them back and they can make a rank 3, but that's all they really do after turn 1.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the ones you want to draw are the ones you want to see, and this one's better. The ones I want to draw are the ones you want to play, and this is better than the Calcab for that reason because you want to see it.
Yep.
And then the other BAs, Lubick, Baba, Graf, and Sir and Graf. This is very important for getting the BAs out of your hand when the Infernoids are on the field. Like Lubick's always good for that reason. Baba for game, obviously, and these 2 are generically good. And then 1 Rhino. So Rhino is very good in this deck because it can send either BAs or Infernoids, but it's also bad because it's a normal summon that doesn't contribute super well to making a Dante. So Decatron outs problem cards and makes Dantes, and Tour Guide is Tour Guide. All this does is make a Dante if you're holding a BA, and that makes it worse than the other 2. And we played 6 normal summons for a while, but Liam convinced me to cut the second Rhino because you don't need to draw it.
That's Liam Friedel.
Liam, my teammate. You don't need to draw it, and you'd rather have the third Farfa.
Yeah.
So that's all of the engine cards. We then get on to the draw spells, which is 3 Desires and 1 Upstart. Basically, if your deck can support Desires, you should be playing it to boost your consistency. But it's very important that people realize that that's all Desires does. Desires is not a card which starts your engine. It just makes it more likely you're going to be able to start your engine.
Yeah.
And it's the most powerful draw spell in the game. Like, so you play it if you can, and if you can't, you don't. Like, that's it. And the same with Upstart. So that leaves 35 cards. Playing any more engine cards than that probably increases your inconsistency more because you're drawing engine cards that are worse and don't actually contribute to starting your engine. We thought about playing Super Hippo Carnival and summoning a Hippo next to your Decatron to make more Dantes, but while it was like consistent, it didn't contribute to power enough. Like often the Hippo Carnival would just be redundant, and you wouldn't like need to make the Dante.
Yeah, and if it was
because you'd have another option.
Yeah.
So instead of that, we played non-engine cards. So do Maxi. This card's interesting because I think it's actually less powerful than both Kaijus and Traps, but it's more versatile because it's good going first and second. And while we blinded second, you can still get forced to go first by some Blue Eyes players, and so you'd rather have...
it beats the paradox, basically.
Yeah, it beats the paradox of going first and second. You'd rather have this in your hand you'd rather have this in your hand than Twin Twisters behind a field. And then also we main decked 3 Kamongus. This was Liam's idea. And we did it because it meant we could do this and go second, and you can always add the 1 problem monster that every deck consistently puts out. And like the alternative was Twin Twisters, which is bad against Blue Eyes but blows out BAPK more. And we decided we'd go for the more consistent approach.
Yeah, and because your deck plays 6 spells, you don't have to worry about anti-spell really.
Yeah, we don't care about anti-spell. We care about Strike and Fogblade.
But you can throw your monsters into that.
You can throw your monsters into that and still like end up with like a Beatrice or an Infernoid monster after for defense. Whereas this, you can just put it over their monster, put them behind, and then like play through their traps and put them on very few cards.
And generally, the monster problems are more important to get rid of than the traps in this format.
Yep. So the extra deck. 2 Dante. The third has come up a total of 1 time, and that 1 time was only because I misplayed. So
it didn't really come up.
it didn't really come up effectively. The third Dante is weird in this deck because like you can summon it sometimes, but generally it's not going to contribute to you winning the game. Like you're doing it because you're hoping to mill Infernoids or something like that because you're behind, and so you'd rather have options which, when you're in like a position where you could win, you will win because you have the option. So yeah, that's why I need to. The one Beatrice, obviously. Pilgrim, obviously. Virgil. Play Virgil because it lets you turn Infernoid monsters into Burning Abyss monsters. You can synchro with a Decatron and another Infernoid to make a BA, and then you can special your BAs from your hand or discard Graph and go off with your BAs or something.
Yeah, it's good that this deck can actually make the card. Like,
yeah. It's also just a really good card this format.
Yeah.
I like Virgil. Amiga. You don't summon this that much in this deck, but you do. Like, you make it every now and then. You can make it next to Beatrice if you feel that like you don't need to make the second Dante. If you like milled Godly or something off the first. Yeah, like this card's always risky because if your opponent has a good hand and you banish your Amiga, you might just die.
yeah.
But at the same time, like the 2800 beta coming back is still really good. Like, this card's good still.
And they're returning the Infernoids and
Returning the Infernoids
and stuff from
your desire
Desires.
stuff is really good. Yeah. So yeah, it's still worth playing.
yeah.
Moonlight Dragon. Basically, just the power of bouncing against BA, PK, and Blurs this format is really high, and so playing this card when you can make it is good. I didn't make it, but I could have.
Yeah.
I didn't make this either, but sometimes it gives you game when you otherwise wouldn't have had game.
Yeah.
And
Liam actually.
Liam convinced me to play this. Convinced me to play this one as well. Yeah.
I actually agreed with it because the deck sometimes struggles to do the 8k damage or 9k if up that, and that just helps you put damage on the field.
Yeah. Yeah. I never summoned them.
Yeah.
Levia.
Yep.
This card's extremely powerful in this deck. Starting back the Decatron and sending a new card, bouncing something new, and then making another rank 3 is just really, really good. The second one doesn't usually come up. It can, but not as much as other options, which you prefer to play.
You took the second one out for the
I cut the second one
Archfiend.
for the Scrap Archfiend
Yep.
because that's going to win you more games, I think. And yeah, so there you go.
Yep.
Giga Brilliant and Cool Mage. These cards are amazing. This format, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, not much I can say about those. And I played Gaia, which you put on top of this a lot.
It's so good. Like, it's so free.
Yeah, it's literally just shuffle one, pierce over another, game damage.
Yep.
And then Breaksword, Grand Pulse. These are cards you generally make with your BAs after on like turn 3. Say you go first. You defend through their turn, and then you add back all your BAs with your Dantes. You summon these, bait out their traps or their monsters, and then go off with your tour guide and your Infernoids to clear that field and win the game. And then F-Zero. Obvious reasons this card's amazing, and it's really good in this deck because you can unlevel lock yourself. So you overlay with the 2/3s, put yourself down to 1 level, and summon like a whole bunch of Infernoids.
It also has application with the Infernoid monsters. You take their monster and during the battle phase, you tribute that monster off.
The classic Nathan cosplay of summoning F-Zero and Sidesmiths, stealing their monster and tributing it off.
Yeah.
So that's the extra deck. Side deck. 3 twin, you have to play this card. It's good against BA, PK, it's good against every trap deck, like, there's no reason not to play it.
It's just so free. It's like dumbest
Yeah, it's
spell
really
trap removal ever.
it's just amazing. Like it's Heavy Storm as well.
Yeah.
3 anti-spell. Basically, you need to have going first cards in this deck because they deal with getting reapered when you go first. So this one is the going first card for Blue Eyes and Pendulum. And as I said earlier, you can protect it with a Nurture, which is really powerful.
Yeah, because if you get reapered, like your almost like game plan is out of the window because
Yeah,
you
like,
need to mill for
your milling
Dante.
engine is gone, and that's pretty sad.
So you like
But-
you don't want to rely on hard drawing just to Infernoids.
Yeah, but thankfully, a lot of people don't realize Reaper is like amazing against this deck because they see the Infernoids and go, oh, I'm not sure, and so they don't side it. Like I didn't get Reapered the whole LLDS.
Yeah, that would be true. That's pretty good application.
And 3 Vanity's Fiend for the same reason as Anti-Spell against BAPK and also Blue Eyes. And I don't know, this card's good against everything because I didn't expect people to be siding outs basically because they I don't know if they would like caught up enough to side outs. Yeah, this won me a lot of games.
Yeah.
Just like a couple of games, I summoned this and set this behind it, and like it was just really good.
Even
Also, you can summon Rhino unprotected. So that's good. 3 Reaper. Liam's idea, and it was really good this tournament, was to ask people to side this card out. If they said yes, you could safely go without getting Reapered. That's probably why I didn't get Reapered, honestly, because they always sided it out. Yeah, Liam's idea was to ask them to side it out, and if they did, you were happy and you didn't have to side like Vanity's Fiend in. If they didn't, you just had the Vanity's Fiend anyway. So yeah, it was basically win-win. I sided this card in once because someone didn't play the card.
and you just like you freely went second, right? Did you go second still?
Yeah, you go second if you side this card in.
Yeah.
And you go second most of the time anyway.
No, if they agreed not to, did you go second or?
If they agreed to not side it out.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
then you'd be choosing second if you got to choose and side it in.
Yeah.
And you'd make sure they saw you put it in as well.
Yep.
And 2 Blue Clips. This was Nathan Kosk's idea. It basically is your Vanity's Fiend out. These used to be Dark Hole Geki, but it also outs the Kieran Jargon field that the Metal Foe deck puts out. And has really good interactions with Core Barge. Like you use this card, you make like in any rank 3 deck, you use this card, you make Core Barge, you shuffle one thing, put Gaia on top, and pierce over another.
Yeah, and usually the metal foes have 0 defense.
Yeah,
Or some of them do.
Yeah, like 2 of the Metal Foes have 0 defense, and so the piercing damage, the 26 damage is really good. It's also it's good against Blue Eyes fields as well because you can summon like Sidesmith and crash one, banish another. Like,
Yeah. Card's just insane against with Core Bage.
yeah, this card is really good.
Shuffle Unicorn, they can't summon it again unless they're returned, but yeah.
And then one more Shipper Gnomes. Basically, it's a searchable floodgate by Beatrice for BOPK when you go first, and so there's no reason not to like use this side deck slot for the amount of power it gives you.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yep, you went what?
X11 in Swiss,
And then you just won.
and then I won. Yeah.
Yeah.
So shout outs to Liam who built the deck with me, Dennis being a really good guy, and Nathan for helping me test all the time and all the team.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Thanks.